around this time last year, in one of my Exynos 2100 SoC episodes, I told you that Google would have an in-house SoC ready for its Pixel 6. And 95Google now reports the phone is indeed the Pixel 6 and will be powered by a custom chipset made by Google. This chip is apparently codenamed Whitechapel and it is internally known as GS101, with GS being the short form of Google Silicon. Same like Apple Silicon. But that's not at all a bad thing. Google recently hired Intel CPU design veteran Mr. Frank as the new VP of engineering for server chip design to focus more on SoC designs to reduce power consumption and cost. Now, according to 95Google, the Whitechapel is used alongside the codename Slider. Now, it seems the Slider is a shared platform for Google's first custom SoC. The Slider codename is also used in the connection with Samsung and includes reference to Samsung's Exynos processors. Now, this shouldn't come as a surprise, as last year's report had already indicated that Whitechapel was being developed in cooperation with Samsung, and this chip will likely be manufactured using Samsung's own 5nm process technology. If you don't know, Samsung has reportedly made this year's flagship chip the Qualcomm Snapdragon 888 SoC, as well as its own Exynos 2100 silicon. Now, upcoming Google smartphone codenamed Raven and Oriole, which are presumed to be the Pixel 6 and 6 XL, these are the first devices to be built on the Slider platform. But keep in mind, the Pixel 5a, which is supposedly codenamed Barbet and expected to make debut before the Pixel 6, will likely stick to a Qualcomm-made Snapdragon 780. Click on the cards to check out my video on that. So as expected, Google will follow Apple-like path. So eventually all of the company's phones and even Chromebooks will likely be powered by the Google's in-house chips. And this is a pretty great thing, to be honest. Now, Google reportedly received the first working version of the Whitechapel SoC in April 2020. The company's chip-making efforts reportedly started in 2015, when it was first reported that Google was in talks with various chip manufacturers to design its custom chips for its Androids. Now, what are the advantages? An in-house chip would give Google greater control over its hardware, definitely. And I kinda don't like the fact that Qualcomm is very dominating in the smartphone SoC department, even in the pricing. Whitechapel is rumored to include an 8-core ARM processor and hardware optimized for company's machine learning technology. And the part of the SoC will apparently be dedicated to Google Assistant, which is insane, to be honest. A proprietary chip would also allow for a tighter integration with the operating system and give Google an edge over its rivals that use Android. More like Apple, which does the same thing to ensure its devices have a performance advantage over competing phones. Now, Google may also extend software support for Pixel phones once it starts making its own chip. There is also an opportunity to cut back on cost, or maybe final pricing. We can expect that. Now, talking about the Pixel 6, we don't actually have a lot of idea about the phone, except that it will probably feature an in-display fingerprint scanner and will likely feature a top-center punch-hole camera that's capable of shooting 4K videos. There's no word on the release date, but looking at the history, the Pixel 6 and the 6 XL will be unveiled somewhere in October this year. We're also hearing about Google's first foldable phone. Google also recently said that it wants to target more price segments. So yeah, maybe from $200 to $2,000. Just joking. But maybe not. So yeah, if you guys want to see more episodes like this, please hit the like button, please do subscribe or watch my other videos. Bye and take care.